Hello everyone, welcome back to another 3 Minutes at 3.
Today's topic is a word for wives. So I want to take a moment and encourage the wives of the blacksmiths out there. And you may have to tell your wife that this video is even out there so she can take a moment and watch it.
See, you thought I was going to rant about something, didn't you?
No.
I know you. I know you did.
We'll see how silent Roy is on this one. But anyhow, I just wanted to take and encourage in this video that blacksmiths' wives, that especially if your husband is trying to get a blacksmithing business up and going, he doesn't have to be in this alone. Although you may not be interested in actually blacksmithing yourself and being out in the forge and sweating and bleeding and all the things that they go through to be a blacksmith, because there's a lot of physical stresses involved to do so. There's still a lot that you can do to be supportive and to be helpful to your husband. So for example, when Roy started into the blacksmithing, at first he was just doing it as a hobby, and I tried to be a listening ear. A lot of the technical jargon I didn't understand, but as the years have progressed, I'm actually quite fluent in blacksmithing terms, as you would say. And I know, the ins and outs of when he talks about forge welding now, I know exactly what he's talking about and things like that. And so just taking the time to understand and to get a grasp of blacksmithing a bit is helpful in the ways that if you end up opening an online store, it helps you communicate with customers so that your husband doesn't have to answer every single email. And so taking over the responsibilities of responding to customers, that's one thing that I do a lot, and that it takes the load off of him not to be constantly checking the email. And there is times where I do have to take the emails, like I don't know your answer on this, or how long would the time take you, or things of that nature. And so, but I can answer a lot of emails, and I try to do so in a knowledgeable and reasonable quick turnaround time as far as the emails. Another thing is, if you're just getting your business started, a thing that you can do is to go out and take some photographs of your husband working, or some of the products he makes. You can take the photographs of that, and you can work with him or set up in social media accounts for him, Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or wherever it is that you want to be involved.
Make sure the pictures you take of him are from his good side, right? Like, him don't catch him in a weird angle. Let him know that you're actually taking a photograph of him. So that way, he's got the whole Braveheart dirt thing going on his face. He might wipe it with a towel before you get a picture, just saying.
Yeah, so taking photographs, that can be one way of helping. Another way is if your husband is wanting to start an online store or wanting to start selling some of his items, you can research local venues or craft shows and say, here's a couple, would you be interested in any of these, and kind of gather information and present it to him. Another thing as well is if starting the online store, that requires some writing and some photographs and things like that. And so that's something that I did. Anytime we open an online store on a different platform, whether it's Etsy or Amazon or our own website, I've been the one to research that, and so I kind of get the technical know-how, and then he just gets to put his focus on forging the items, which is what he's most skilled at. And so that's just a few ideas of how you can be supportive of your husband and be a part of the team, to be part of a business, and to be working together. And there really is a ton of aspects that Roy relies on me, and so there's many ways that you can get involved. That's just a few ideas. If you are part of a team with your husband and you have some additional ideas, feel free to drop those in the comments as well.
Yeah, and so I'd like to just end this on a thought. We talk about teamwork, team effort. You are married for a reason, right? You're meant to be one person, right? By working effectively as a unit. And everything she just pointed out is just huge. It's huge in our business. The things that she does. I know I'm the front runner. I know I do a lot out in the shop. I know a lot of you guys out there feel the same way, that you feel like you're doing all these things. It's really important to take and educate your wife. Maybe she doesn't understand exactly where your heart's at and what you do. communication is key, guys. I know it's hard to take and come out there. I know it's hard to be vulnerable. It's hard to take and share sometimes dreams and things for fear of maybe getting rejection and stuff, or some pushback on those things. But you have to take and communicate. You have to communicate with your wife and communicate effectively how you want to take and steer this ship, right? Yep. You're not the only captain at the helm. You've got a first mate, right? And sometimes they have to captain too, a little bit, and you have to be the first mate. And if you can find that works out well with your marriage and your wife, or your significant other, or it could even be a business partner. Communication is very key, and it's elemental to your business. So that's going to be it for this 3 Minutes at 3.
Yes, thank you for joining us.
And make sure you check blacksmithpdfs.com for all the merch that you see us wearing here in these videos, and for additional business helps and things like that. Yes. If you haven't been over there here lately. So again, thank you all for joining us. God bless you.
And we will catch you on the next one.